Hello and welcome everyone. This is Muhammad Ahmed. I am an Arabic instructor from Egypt. I got my bachelor degree from Egypt and I got my TEFL diploma certified from Oxford University in the UK. I used to teach Arabic as a foreign language at Fairfield University in Connecticut in the United States. Nice to meet you all and I hope you enjoy this lesson today. Okay, today we will discuss some basic information about Arabic language and we will take our first lesson in our course Modern Standard Arabic for communication purposes. I assume that every one of you is interested in Arabic language and culture, and today we will know a lot of things and a lot of issues about Arabic language and Arabic societies. In addition, we will take our first free lesson about Arabic language for communication purposes. Let's start. First, there are some things you need to keep in mind when you start your Arabic learning. Which Arabic you need to study? Is it Modern Standard Arabic or a dialect? You should know that Modern Standard Arabic is different from Arabic dialects that are spoken in most of Arab countries. That is the question. I can't emphasize enough your answer will change the parameters of your search entirely. There is an excess of books out there teaching Modern Standard Arabic in contrast to a general shortage for the dialects. But the more popularized and widely spoken a dialect is, the easier it is to locate the right text. The truth is, if modern standard is your focus, it helps you to have a guidance in learning the script before working independently. Because mastering the script is so central, you will want to build a firm foundation. Having a mentor will help you build confidence when confronting what is arguably the most difficult aspect of the language. So you need to know that there are many Arabic dialects as well. There are in Mauritania, for example, there is Hassaniya dialect. In Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, there is a Arabic West dialect. In Libya, you could find a Libyan dialect. In Egypt, there is the Egyptian dialect. Sudan, yes, there is Sudanese dialect. Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Qatar, Bahrain, and most of the Arab Gulf states, we find also the Gulf Arabic. So dialects are standard. On the other hand, if your passion is dialects, what is spoken by natives in everyday life, then you have the option of dispensing with the script altogether and diving straight into transliterated textbooks. Transliterated means that the Arabic script has been converted into the Latin script, a process resulting in an endless variety of spellings, something you will have to see to believe, but we will save that for another day. Let's take an example for that. For example, the word or the name Muhammad. Muhammad in Arabic or in transliterated Arabic, you can write it like that. You could also find it written like that. It could be also written like that. Of course, because it is not the actual letter of the Arabic language, so you could find a variety of spellings, a variety of different writings. But of course, in the Arabic language, letters, it has a fixed writing or a standard writing. And also the pronunciation is standard or is different. So in colloquial, people say, in Egyptian colloquial, for example, people say Muhammad, Muhammad. In standard, in standard pronunciation, people could say Muhammad, Muhammad. But still the writing is the same in both standard and colloquial. So we come back in dialect or standard, you need to decide which one you need to study in order not to get lost and in order to achieve your goals quickly and easily. We have also multiple examples for that. In the Yemeni dialect, the word what means ma or ish. In the Levantine, which is Arabic spoken in Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, and Jordan, they don't say ma or ish, they say shu, a different word. In Egyptian, they say a. In modern standard Arabic, we have ma or maza. The same for when, the same for where, the same for many words in the Arabic language. So you need to have a plan to start learning. Firstly, you need to choose a specific dialect that you want to learn. You need also to take a second step, which is to learn the Arabic alphabet, which is easy in my opinion. It is not difficult. Just use image association and be patient. You can easily learn it by using my innovative way to learn and memorize the Arabic alphabet, and this guide or this resource you can download it for free. You can download it from this link. You will also find all the links in this lesson in the description below under this video. Okay, if you are comfortable with the alphabet, start learning some useful words and phrases. Try to build simple sentences and write them in the Arabic alphabet. Let's take an example. Now you are good with the alphabet. Why not to learn a word like أنا, I am, a sentence like أنا من America, but we don't say America, we say أنا من أمريكا. أنا من أمريكا. I am from USA or America. Arab people say usually for USA just America. أنت, you, for a man. من أين أنت? That's a useful question. من أين أنت? Where are you from? ما اسمك or ما اسمك? What is your name? So if you are good with the alphabet, you can of course start learning some useful sentences and words and phrases like that. After you learn all the basics, immerse yourself in Arabic. The best idea is to move or travel to an Arabic speaking country. If it's not possible, don't worry. There are many more ways to do it. You can find many Arabic speakers that want to learn English. Teach them English in exchange for Arabic. The most important thing to do is to learn consistently and effectively. Don't give up. Be always hopeful, patient, and do your job perfectly. So, MSA, Modern Standard Arabic, Classical Arabic, or Dialect. Modern Standard Arabic is a variant of the Arabic language that is used mainly in writing in formal situations. It evolved from Classical Arabic but differs in a number of aspects from it, especially in the field of vocabulary. The MSA language is characterized by diglossia. MSA is used in writing and in official or formal communication, and the Arabic colloquial dialects are used in everyday life. For more information, you can download this guide to start Arabic learning. It's completely free. You will find the link to download under this video. So, what to learn? Learning an Arabic dialect is much easier with a thorough knowledge of MSA, as many dialects, words, and expressions derive from Classical Arabic. Of course, the reverse also holds true. My advice is to learn both MSA and at least one dialect. After mastering both, you are almost at the level of native Arabic speakers who also know at least their own dialect and some degree of MSA. Why Arabic is right for me? In order to decide which Arabic is right for you, MSA or a colloquial, you have to ask yourself why you want to learn in the first place. What is your long-term objective? So here are a few motivations and suggestions. Let's brainstorm together. If your company does a lot of business in the Gulf and it would help immensely if you could speak Arabic language. So Arabic for business, it will be very useful for you in your journey, in your business journey to any of the Arab states. History and culture also is a very important aspect. If you are fascinated with Arabic history, culture, you may like to travel to Egypt, Tunisia, or any of the Arab countries. If you seek for an official job and you want to work as a translator for the US government or a national security consultant, this could be good for you. The Modern Standard Arabic for communication purpose course, this could be useful for you. Fun, if you want to travel for fun to the Arab world and you want to be able to get by your own and visit with the locals. So you may choose to study Arabic language or an Arabic colloquial. A job in the Middle East. If you seek for a job in the Middle East, you want to work for an NGO in the Middle East, you want to work in a non-governmental organization in the Middle East, and in order to successfully serve the community, you must speak the local language. If you seek for a translation career and you love Arabic poetry and literature, so you want to pursue a career in translation, Arabic language is still good for you, and I mean modern standard Arabic. Politics career. If you are a political science major with a focus on US and Middle Eastern relations, Arabic of course will be useful for you. You can find out more in this book, Best Way to Learn Arabic Language. You will find a lot of informative, useful essays about learning Arabic. You will know a lot about the Arabic musical art, the Arabic cinema, companies and international organizations who seek for Arabic and Middle East studies specialists, plans and tips to speak Arabic successfully, text boxes suitable for every Arabic learners, Arabic TV channels available in the United States, and a lot more. You need to know why Arabic is very important. Arabic language is one of the oldest languages that has its seeds being sowed even before the 6th century. Arabic is the fifth most spoken language in the world and number 6 in the UN. Arabic is spoken by more than 400 million people in all over the world. In addition, it is language of worshipping for all Muslims. Arabic native speakers are in the Arab countries in addition to Iran, Turkey, Chad, and Mali. Please keep in mind that Turkey, Iran, and Pakistan are not Arab countries. The Arab countries are only 22 Arab countries, and they don't include Iran, Turkey, or Pakistan. Arabic is the first official language in the Arab world, and of course, for more information, you can download the quick guide to start Arabic learning for free. You will find the link under this video. Who is the Arabic language course for? Those who are interested in studying the culture and history of the Middle Eastern countries or Arabic as a foreign language. Those who study Arabic as a supplementary subject to major in archaeology, art, history, or even religion. Those who want to pursue military designation, Arabic can help in more than one way, looking at today's military environment. Those who wish to travel to Middle Eastern countries to know about their history and culture like those of Egypt and Morocco. Then a crash course in Arabic language can help with travel purposes. Who needs the course? Learners who find difficulty in learning Arabic for communication purposes or those who are unable to find easy learning resources, people who are interested in learning about the Arab world culture, people struggling in learning Arabic at schools or those who can't practice the language, people who need information and knowledge about Arab history, culture or Islamic era or European colonization of the Arab world. So, when you enroll in the modern standard Arabic course for communication purposes, what are the goals that you are going to achieve? You will be acquainted with the necessary education to communicate with Arabs in modern standard Arabic. You will be provided with basic speaking skills to converse in daily life situations in MSA, like going shopping, asking about time, and other various situations. You will develop your listening skills in MSA. Okay, now let's start our first lesson in modern standard Arabic for communication purposes. Okay, this was the introduction of the lesson. Assalamu alaikum. As you have just heard, this is the first dialogue in the course. The course mainly focus on speaking in modern standard Arabic for communication purposes in order to communicate with any Arab wherever he is from. The standard Arabic is the language that every Arabic person can understand and communicate. So this is the first dialogue between Jim and Khalid. So Jim started by Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Of course, you can click the microphone anytime to listen.
وعليكم السلام.
وعليكم السلام is a response for السلام عليكم.
كيف حالك؟
كيف حالك? How are you?
الحمد لله أنا بخير، وأنت كيف حالك؟
You can notice that he is responding by thanks God I am good. الحمد لله أنا بخير. And you, how are you? وأنت كيف حالك? You can always repeat.
الحمد لله أنا بخير، وأنت كيف حالك؟
You can always repeat by clicking the microphone. Then Jim will ask again.
الحمد لله بخير، ما أخبارك؟
Jim is saying I am good, thanks God. How are you? Khalid will say Alhamdulillah.
الحمد لله.
So this is like a hello dialogue. This is part 2. Eleanor comes into the room. Eleanor should say
السلام عليكم.
Khalid وعليكم السلام.
وعليكم السلام.
Eleanor says كيف حالك?
كيف حالك؟
As you notice, Eleanor is a girl. She speaks to Khalid, who is a man, and she said كيف حالك? So حالك or كيف حالك when you speak to a man. كيف حالك when you speak to a lady or to a woman. As you will listen to Khalid now.
الحمد لله أنا بخير، وأنت كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله أنا بخير. Thanks God I am good. And you, how are you? وأنت كيف حالك or حالك?
الحمد لله.
This is the explanation of the vocabulary. Assalamu alaikum, may peace be upon you. وأند sorry. عليكم السلام is a response. كيف, how, حالك or حالك is your condition. It could be حالك or حالك.
حالك، حالك.
You can always click the microphone to listen, so you have constant access to the listening. You have constant access for everything, for the dialogue. بخير.
بخير. أنت، أنت.
You for a man and woman. ما, what.
ما
أخبارك.
أخبارك، أخبارك.
The same like حالك for a man, حالك for a lady, أخبارك for a man, أخبارك for a woman, as you can hear and see. This is some grammatical and cultural notes. Assalamu alaikum. This set religious greeting is always addressed by the newcomer to a group, and its reply always takes the same form regardless of regardless of whom they are addressed to. The same expression can also be used for goodbye when taking one's leave. The S at the beginning is a variant of al or the in English. كيف حالك when you ask a man, كيف حالك when you ask a lady. No verb to be is necessary. So how your condition means how is your condition, how are you. Similarly, إيش أخبارك, but this is in the Gulf dialect, or إيش أخبارك means what is your news. In standard Arabic we don't say إيش, we say ما أخبارك, ما أخبارك. الحمد لله. Lillah is a contraction of li Allah, meaning to God. It's Arab etiquette to reply to any inquiry about your health with this phrase, even if you have just broken both of your legs. بخير, this means literally in well-being, in a good health. Some cultural tips, like in Arabic you must distinguish between a man and a woman in more than one person when addressing people. The first part of the above dialogue is between two men, so you say ak, meaning you, to a man in halak and akhbarak. When you are speaking to a woman, you must say كيف حالك, إيش أخبارك in Gulf dialect. This is the most common pronunciation in the Gulf, but you may hear also إيش or even إيك. It makes no difference whether you yourself are male or female, only who you are speaking to. To speak to more than one person, called the plural form, you can say كيف حالكم. Now test yourself. In these flashcards, You can always test yourself. You have constant access. You do the flashcards and you can practice it anytime as long as you like until you feel confident. After the lesson, you will have this presentation in order to practice everything, as you can see. Okay, Arabic to English. So, why this course is suitable for you? It is the richest course of conversations to enable learners to communicate freely in modern standard Arabic. Because it's in MSA, it enables learners to communicate freely with Arabs wherever they are from. It is the only course with many conversations for every situation. It focuses on developing both speaking and listening skills without going through many books. You have lifetime access to the course and the free learning materials. You have also constant access and direct access to the instructor. You can send a message to receive support whenever you like. And you will be able to converse in most of daily life situations in MSA through 40 written and audio conversations. You have more than 20 cultural videos of the Arab world. You have vocabulary flashcards for each lesson to practice anytime, anywhere until you feel confident enough to speak. Direct contact to the instructor to inquire about anything. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you find it easy. I hope I helped you to take your first step in your Arabic learning journey. Please don't hesitate to contact me anytime whenever you have any question. At last, you have the study modes. You can study one-to-one from the link under this video. You can study in a group lesson in a specific date and time every week. And you can study in a self-paced learning. You just get all the materials to study by yourself whenever you like. So please choose your suitable method and start learning now. Don't hesitate. I wish you all the best and see you soon. Goodbye.